Turns to pitching. After resurrecting his career in pinstripes last season, Bartolo Colon will face his former teammates for the first time. The A's try to even the series against the Yankees in Game 2. Next. It's a cool afternoon at the O.K Coliseum, but we have afternoon baseball coming up. And Nick Swisher, home run last night, still a fan favorite here in Oakland. And an interesting pitching matchup today. The big guy, CC Sabathia for the Yankees. He'll be opposed by the right-hander Bartolo Colon for the Athletics. Game 2 of the 3-game series, and we're just about set to go. It's the A's hosting the Yankees, and it's coming up right here on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball, along with my broadcast partner, Ray Fosse. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, against the Yankees, you can't make mistakes. A's made a mistake last night, and it hurt them, Ray. And the long ball, it's just so much part of what the Yankees do offensively.
You know, they can beat you in so many different ways, but especially with the long ball. And like you said, you make a mistake against this ball club, 1 through 9, they can hurt you. And it started with an off-speed pitch from Tyson Ross. Bart Teixeira, a big home run and a 3-run unearned inning, but that 2-run shot really helped the Yankees get on board. How about this fastball inside? A great swing by Robinson Cano, straightaway center. So Nick Swisher decided to go opposite field to left field. He had a check swing on a 3-2 pitch. He got another opportunity to deposit over the left field fence. So they can hurt you, and they can hurt you badly, especially with the long ball.
Interesting pitching matchup. Colon for the A's, Sabathia for the Yankees. Colon got a win in his last start, and Sabathia, no longer is he bothered by pitching here in Oakland.
Absolutely. And for Bartolo Colon, everything for him is about movement. Mostly fastballs. We saw it last Sunday against the Giants, against Pagan and Belt. Great two-seam fastball inside the left-handers. He can move it across the plate. His former team knows exactly how he's going to pitch them. As far as CC, you're exactly right. There'll be a lot of fans here from Vallejo. They may even close down the town today to come out and watch the big boy pitch. But he is a gamer. He loves to pitch. And what he did for Milwaukee a few years ago before he signed the contract with the Yankees says a lot. He'll pitch on short rest, long rest. It doesn't matter. He takes the ball every time they give it to him.
Well, this is a tough one to swallow, but the Yankees have won 7 straight here at the Coliseum over the Athletics. Let's hope that streak comes to an end this afternoon. It's Game 2 of the 3-game series. It's the Oakland A's hosting the New York Yankees. Yankees won last night by a final of 6-3. We'll be back with lineups and first pitch in just a moment. Yankees game 2 of this 3-game series. Let's check the game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 60 degrees and lots of cloud cover this morning, but the sun is just now starting to peek out, so it'll be cool but comfortable this afternoon with decent breeze as well. And it's been a little bit more breezy here at the Coliseum this year than other years.
And Bartolo standing on the mound, flipping the ball up in the air and catching it with his glove. And actually, it looks like they might be holding it up.
So here's the lineup for the Yankees. It starts with Jeter, followed by Granderson, Rodriguez, Cano, Teixeira, Ibanez, Swisher, Chavez, and Stewart.
And Bartolo Colon, what a story he has been for the Athletics, and hope that continues today against his former team. Of course, he had the shutout against the A's as a member of the Yankees last year here at the Coliseum. But Bartolo, coming off a great start against the Giants, 5 innings, but he struck out a couple of batters in the 5th inning with the bases loaded to help him get the win, improve his record of 4-4.
So we're just waiting on the exact start of game time. The umpires get things rolling here momentarily. Gives us a chance to show you the A's defense. Cowgill, Crisp, and Reddick in the outfield. Donaldson, Pennington, Weeks, and Adam Rosales. So Rosales at first base this afternoon, and Kurt Suzuki once again behind the plate. Derek Jeter steps in. We are set to roll. Colon kicks, and his first pitch is driven toward right center, but Coco Crisp was shaded that way. He's right there, and that is out number 1.
Well, you knew if he swung at the first pitch last night, Derek Jeter was going to do it again this afternoon, because they know, the Yankees know their former teammate throws a lot of fastballs. And I think you're going to see some early swings by the Yankees, and aggressive maybe one time through the batting order, a little bit more aggressive than the second time through, but they're up to swing the bat, not to take a lot of pitches.
Here's Curtis Granderson. Well, we talked about it off the air, Ray, before the game. This would be a good day to make sure Colon has the movement on his fastball, because he throws a lot of fastballs, and we know how powerful this Yankee lineup is.
He's also smart enough, and we have seen Kip in some games, especially against the Mariners when he started 3 consecutive games against them. He was smart enough to know they were looking for certain things, and so he changed it up a little bit, a few more off-speed pitches. And we'll see what happens as this game progresses against the Yankees, who are a good fastball hitting team. Swisher sitting down, enjoying the first 7 batters. Gets to watch at least the first 6, that is, as he's hitting 6th in the lineup, or 7th in the lineup.
So 3-1 to Granderson with Alex Rodriguez in the on-deck circle. That one's skied into foul territory. Donaldson fighting that sun, hanging in there, and he reaches out at the last minute, and he makes the catch.
Well, how about this from Bartolo Colon? There is the 2-seamer right out of his hand, a short armor, as they talk about, as he does not take his arm back too far and go nailed the outside corner. And the 3-1 shows the aggressiveness of the Yankees and Granderson. It was a ball 4, but yet he swung it.
Oh, there you go. That tells the whole story. 89% of the pitches that Colon has thrown this year have been fastballs. That is a lot, folks.
But if you take a fastball, and we've talked about the variations of the fastball, the movement and the different locations, you can turn a fastball into 6 different pitches.
0-1 to Alex Rodriguez. Big chopper. Pennington has it, and Colon has a 3-up, 3-down first inning. He did it on 7 pitches. So a good start for Colon. Bottom of the first coming up. Second game of the series. Weeks, Crisp, Reddick, Gomes, Donaldson, Suzuki, Pennington, Rosales, and Cowgill.
And the big guy from Vallejo, 25 pounds lighter than we saw him last year.
He looks good.
He looks great. 10th start for CC Sabathia, 5-2 record. 23rd start against the A's. You believe that? 22 he's made as member of the Indians for many years, and of course the New York Yankees, but a very good pitcher.
First pitch of the ball game to Weeks. First pitch for Sabathia of the ball game is a strike. 200 the average for Jemiah with a couple of home runs. Had a base hit in his first at bat last night. And he shoots this one to right center, and that's going to get down for a hit. So for the second game in a row, Weeks gets a first inning base hit. I'll see if the A's can do something with it. Defense for the Yankees today. Ibanez in left, Granderson in center, Swisher in right, and then Eric Chavez at third, with Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira around the infield, with Chris Stewart doing the catching today.
Jemiah Weeks, exactly what you want to do if you're a leadoff hitter. And Jemiah Weeks, a 10-pitch at bat last night with the base hit up the middle, but line drives and ground balls, that's what Jemiah wants to do, and especially opposite field hitting. Now we'll see if he can read CC's moves to the plate and maybe try to get in a scoring position with a stolen base.
Coco shows bunt and takes a pitch down and in. 167 for Crisp with 5 RBIs.
Strong wind blowing from right to left. The view quarter in left field, those flags are really blowing hard. So a ball up in the air to left field might help the right-handed hitters.
Coco rolls it foul.
And there are times the best thing a pitcher can do is not show his move. And CC Sabathia in 2 pitches, and knowing that there's a threat of Jemiah Weeks stealing, he is not thrown over to first base, although just now Mark Teixeira put up his glove almost as this to say, let's show him what kind of move you do have. That might help Jemiah.
Big lead for Weeks. This one bunted. Sabathia backhands it. Hustling over there is Cano, and they just beat Crisp to first base. Weeks goes to second.
The big guy moving very well off the mound. If Sabathia doesn't make the play, it's a base hit, but a good idea by Coco. Sabathia did not fall so far off to the third base side that he could not recover quickly enough and flip it over to Cano, his second baseman. So ball is past the pitcher. That is a base hit. But Sabathia fielding his position, and maybe 25 fewer pounds helped him do that.
So runner in scoring position, and Reddick steps in. Slider stays high. So 1-0 to Reddick, getting 272, hit his 12th home run of the year last night. 25 RBIs.
Well, a lefty in the lineup to face CC Sabathia today, your hottest hitter. You want him in there every day, and Reddick is that guy. Your switch hitters are pure right-handed hitters.
This one's popped up, should reach the seats, and it will. Johnny Gomes in the on-deck circle, just underway from the Coliseum. Yankees won last night 6-3. A's coming in with a 22-24 record, and they've lost 3 in a row. Trying to break that. Weeks jumped around a little bit at second base. Pitch to Reddick. He is a strike. The A's are 10-13 here at home, and they're 11-11 in the month of May. So trying to get back in the win column with 2 more games left on this homestand today and tomorrow. Swing and a miss on a slider that was in the dirt. So Reddick strikes out. So that's 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
Well, that's what the big guy can do. He threw a fastball inside, then this pitch out of the strike zone. And that's what makes him good, especially against lefties, and why you don't really see a lot of lefties facing him. And there's his fastball coming out of his hand, actually a slider. See the rotation. That's what hitters can pick up, the rotation on the slider, and you like to see it in enough time to realize that more times than not it's going to be out of the strike zone.
So Johnny Gomes steps in. Gomes, the DH today, and he takes a first pitch fastball for a strike.
Chris Stewart, the catcher, of course, recall he was let go by the Giants and actually picked up by the Yankees and became the backup catcher. Francisco Cervelli, who had caught for the Yankees last year in backing up Russell Martin, was sent down the final game of the season.
Base hit right field. Here comes Swisher. He's charging. Weeks coming home. The throw is a little bit late. Weeks slides in, and the A's lead 1-0. So Johnny Gomes comes through with a base hit to right field.
Johnny said it's the battle of the 707 because Petaluma 707, so is Vallejo. So he said we got it covered, and they said it's my day though, and he proves it with a base hit to right field. For some reason, looked like Mark Teixeira got a glove on this. Looked like he might want to cut it, or at least got under his glove, but not enough time with Jamal Weeks' speed and with 2 outs going on contact. So the A's a big 2-out hit to drive in a run.
So for Gomes, it's his 14th RBI of the year.
And so the sacrifice by Coco Chris, no stolen base for Jamal Weeks, but he does get into scoring position, and Gomes comes through at a great time.
Swing and a miss by Josh Donaldson. 0-2 the count. Sabathia is 31 years old. He has 181 career wins. 181 and 98. That's a terrific career record. This is his 4th year with the Yankees. 64 of those wins have come with New York.
He was traded from Cleveland to Milwaukee. That's what made him what he is right now. Helped him anyway.
Cano ranging far to his left. Picks it up, flips it to first. Side retired. The A's get a run on 2 hits. Johnny Gomes with the RBI single. So we've played 1 from the Coliseum. It's the A's 1 and the Yankees nothing.
Diamond Sports Bar and Grill. You get a chance to meet with Josh Reddick. Food and beverage specials and win A's prizes. Get the Townie. Townsend. That'll be the post-game live at the Holiday Inn Oakland Airport. Diamond Sports Bar and Grill. That's always a good time. The good man Josh Reddick will be there, and that's enjoyable by itself. Just an opportunity to talk to the A's right field.
Spending time with Uncle Townie?
Yeah.
Robinson Cano leading things off. He'll be followed by Teixeira and Ibanez here in the second inning.
Reddick might bring his WWF belt.
He should
wear it for the post game.
Cano with a solo home run last night. Hits this one down the left field line. Foul. Yankees come in with a 24-21 record. They've won 3 in a row. They're on a long road trip. Their May record is 11-12 after going 13-9 in April. 4.5 back of Baltimore in the AL East. High to right. Reddick going back. He's near the wall, and that baby is gone. Cano has homered again, and it's 1-1. Now, Ray, we talked about it last night on the post-game show. It's like a football game. You know, the A's single, sacrifice, they grind to get that run, and just like that, the Yankees bounce right back.
Look at the location. We've talked about the movement on his fastball. There was no movement. That's a four-seam fastball or a fastball inside corner that was straight. And Robinson Cano, who hit the ball to straightaway center last night for a home run, turned on this one, and a no-doubter. But for Bartolo to pitch effectively inside the lefties, and there's plenty in this lineup, he has to have the good movement. Otherwise, do that. Just feature fastballs away and get him to try to pull the ball.
All solo home runs allowed by Colon this year. It's like a team marching down the field, doing a great job, and then scoring a touchdown, and then the team turns around and returns the kickoff. That's just the way it is. It's frustrating. Close pitch, just a bit outside. 2-1 the count to Teixeira.
Well, this is where Kurt Suzuki does a good job in changing philosophies. You want to think about one thing with Bartolo Colon, and then you have to make some adjustments when you see that a certain pitch is not working. And the two-seamer, again, don't know if it was supposed to be or not, but we do know that it's a straight fastball that Cano hit.
So 3-1 to Teixeira with Ibanez waiting in the on-deck circle. That one's hit to right, but that's going to stay in the ballpark. Reddick went back, now comes in. He's under it.
And that had decent movement, but this one did not. Look how straight this fastball is to Robinson Cano, the one that he was able to turn, and there's the grip, and he wanted to turn it to where it would be the two-seamer, but stayed belt high, and that's how quick the hands are for Robinson Cano. And we showed him last night winning the home run hitting contest in Phoenix last year in the All-Star game. Well, that's how he did it. Those hands, quick hands. You know who when I watched Robinson Cano, think of Hall of Famer Rod Carew. All he was a hands wrist hitter. Except this young man can hit home runs. He can hit for an average. Maybe he won't win a batting championship like Rodney did for so many years. But the way he can turn with the hands, I mean, he'll hit the ball all over the field. But those pitches inside, if he can get in there and open up and get the good part of the bat on the ball.
Well, he's hitting cleanup in the Yankees line.
Yeah, for a reason. Yeah, exactly. In between Alex Rodriguez and Mark Teixeira.
Ibanez on the 0-2 pitch fouls a straight back. Yankees are 5th in the American League in runs scored. They're 2nd in home runs hit. 10th in the league in stolen bases. They walk a lot, 3rd in walks. Swing and a miss. Ibanez chases. All right, that gets us to today's AT&T U-verse reverse replay. It was June 11, 2006. Nick Swisher with the Athletics at Yankee Stadium. And this has a chance to be an inside the park home run. Would Swish make it? Indeed he did. Just ahead of the tag, inside the park home run. And Melhuse helping him out, cooling him off. Again, that was June 11, 2006.
It's Johnny Damon colliding in the outfield. That's when Johnny was a Yankee.
That was one of 35 Swish hit that year for the Athletics in the division winning season.
And every time Swish hit one, Frank Thomas would hit one.
Sure did.
Try to hit one then. Right there. That was a swing. Trying to go deep.
Eight home runs and 29 RBIs for Swisher. Jamal Weeks to his right, and that will do it. Robinson Cano with his 7th home run of the year was a solo shot, so we're tied at 1 after an inning and a half. Manny was 1 for 4. So he is now 5 for 20 with a couple of RBIs in 6 games. Another game tonight in Sacramento. So 20 at bats. I know Bob Melvin has said he'd like to have Manny get somewhere around 40, but that's not set in stone. I mean, we'll see how Manny's feeling. So far 5 for 20. So that's the Manny Ramirez update from last night in Sacramento. 1-1 game here at the Coliseum. Bottom of the second, it'll be Suzuki, Pennington, and Rosales. Brandon Inge also played last night. He was 1 for 2, had a walk, knocked in a run.
We'll know tomorrow afternoon after the series finale when the plane leaves to Florida, Minneapolis, if Brandon Inge is on that flight or if he's going to join the ball club. It's a matter of whether he plays tomorrow in the River Cats game or last night and today and tonight, and then joins the club before the Monday start.
3-0 to Kurt Suzuki. Kurt hitting .217 with 14 RBIs.
Remember the ball he hit last night, left center? Looked like it might be a 3-run shot. Said I crushed him.
Yeah, he told me that too.
Yeah, just got it up a little bit too high, and the wind knocked it down a little bit. Heavy air.
He's got a 4-pitch walk to lead off the bottom of the second, and here's our Geico quote for today, and it comes from Manny Ramirez. Talking about playing in the minor leagues. Money's not everything, you know. As long as you do something you love, it doesn't matter. If you die, you're not going to take the money with you, so enjoy it, live in the present, and move on. That was what Manny Ramirez had to say after the game last night in Sacramento.
So that armored car is not following down the road. That's a good one, Manny. Sure, Manny's going to be able to come up with some real good things. I think the biggest thing for him
How about some real big hits? That's
exactly,
what we're looking
exactly. But you know, one of his comments was, he said, I was out of baseball with my friends, and people kept saying, when are you coming back? When are you going to play again? So he decided to make a comeback.
Well, we certainly hope it works out. Pennington shoots one down the right side, but foul. Do you think, though, Ray? I mean, listen, we're all looking forward to when he joins it, but there's also a group of guys here that are also part of the mix that probably need to start swinging the bat better. Well, I mean, there's a lot of I don't know if pressure is the right word, but there's certainly a lot of anticipation that Manny Ramirez is going to come in and lift this offense. That may happen, but it may not.
Right.
I mean, we're not really sure what we're going to get from Manny Ramirez.
Well, and you're also looking at Cespedes, who probably will go out soon and for rehab, and Brandon Andrew we talked about. So there's three pretty good bats that you hope that can be inserted into the lineup and make an impact. However,
you hope that you think that it certainly that should be the case. You're right.
But you're also looking at, with those three potentially joining the A's roster, that means three are going to be gone, because you can only have 25 until September the 1st, and that means that, you know, they're players, and we have known this from day one of spring training when Manny signed, that players are going to get opportunities, be the DH, to play, do whatever, and really it's going to come down to the time when Manny is eligible, in particular him, Manny, that he's going to take somebody's spot and be in the lineup you expect pretty much every day.
Yeah,
so
well, that's a good call. You're right. You're not talking about one player. You're talking about three that you're expecting to get back. Three got to go. I mean, today, the A's extra players today, Barton, Smith, Kaihue, and Recker. So that's not an easy decision for the A's front office. Two now to Rosales. Rosales playing first base today.
No doubt Bob Melvin, as he did and has done against certain left-handers, he wants as many right-handers in the lineup as he can get, because we saw what Sabathia did with Josh Reddick, and that hard slider and kind of a drop down three-quarters lefty is very intimidating. It's tough against righties. You can imagine against the lefties trying to swing against him.
7-8 in his career against the Athletics. ERA just a shade under 5. This is his 23rd career start. Rosales loops one, foul territory. Teixeira going back, and it's going to drop just foul.
Well, how about this? And this is Chris Stewart. Look at this. This is great technique. Catcher's mitt down on the ground, got his knees down, and that is a great job of blocking by Chris Stewart. And that is blocking. When that catcher's mitt goes in between the legs on the dirt, you're trying to block that little wicket, in between the wicket, the hole that's created when the guy goes down to his knees. It's a very good job by Chris Stewart. And when you're a backup catcher, you have to do those little things. And that is exactly what Chris Stewart is. As you started mentioning Cervelli, who caught CC pretty much last year a lot, and Chris Stewart has been catching CC this year, 7 in a row.
Numbers at the Coliseum, 3 and 5.
Would you like to hit a home run in the last game of spring training and find out you've been sent down? Win a game? Cervelli, that was the case. Of course, when Chris Stewart became available and was told that pretty much the Yankees have told Cervelli that if something happens to Russell Martin, he would come up and be the #1 catcher, and Chris Stewart will remain the backup. So we'll see if. I don't think anything's going to happen to Russell Martin. He's a free agent. He's seen Montero and Yadier Molina's contract. I think he's chopping a bit for one of those as well.
Well, everybody always talked very highly of Cervelli, so I mean, we're on the outside as far as what the Yankees are doing, but it was a little bit of a surprise.
No doubt. But in a case, if Russell Martin's going to be your everyday catcher and Cervelli is capable of being an everyday catcher, send him to minor leagues and let him catch. And if something happens, then you know he can come up and do the everyday chores. And unfortunately, and we talk about players who are going to be sent out when certain players come back, it becomes a numbers game, or your value If you're an everyday player, that's one thing. You need to get at bats and play every day. If you're not, you're utility, then you may keep a job at the major league level because that's your role.
So another 3-2 to Rosales. And this one's lifted toward right field. Swisher getting back, now settles underneath it. He's got it.
Well, big day for Yoenis Cespedes, as he did take batting practice, and all indications were that they had to get him out of the cage. He wanted to just keep going, getting off the tee and running, and then put a bat in his hand. Looks good to me.
Let's go.
And it's good to him. Bob Melvin did say they would watch him take batting practice tomorrow, Sunday. They'll be on the field taking BP. They'll watch him, evaluate his status after the game. And if everything works well, he could be out on a rehab assignment as early as Monday. Get some at-bats, AAA, Sacramento. And then as soon as that works out, everything's fine, he would rejoin the ballclub. That's a big bat missing out of the lineup right now. And he has had some big games, 21 runs batted in already, and of course missed the last month.
Cowgill drops one into center field, and that's a base hit. Colin Cowgill has a hit to keep the inning going. 2 on, 2 out for Weeks.
And with Cowgill's speed, as we saw last Sunday, his pitch in on his hands, and good extension, but trademark time, and Ultimo shows that there's the contact. See where the location was, right around the trademark, a little bit below, but enough strength in Cowgill to get the ball in center field. I'd like to see a gapper now. This outfield playing extremely shallow again, and with the speed of Cowgill, Jamal Weeks can find a gap. It's 2 runs.
Well, Ibanez in left field is playing about normal. And he's to his left 3 or 4 steps. But Granderson and Swisher, I mean, it's almost insulting is how shallow they're playing. I mean, really.
Here and here. I mean, you got all these guys bunched together to the point you're hitting going, I don't want to hit the ball there. There's too many guys that are capable of catching anything hit in that direction.
That one hit into Jeter with a dive, and he's going to save a run. Thought it was headed to left field, but Jeter, he's not going to throw anybody out. That's not his objective there.
Yeah.
But he dove, kept it in the infield, and for the time being anyways, keeps a run off the board.
Well, you're right, and Grass might have slowed it down just enough, but the captain knows what he has to do. He does not have to be reminded. A lot of times the catcher will kind of point to the chest, the ground, get dirty, knock the ball down, keep the runner from third from scoring, and it's exactly what Derek Jeter did. He's done it enough times, and he knows that at this time saved a run. So it's up to Coco Crisp with 2 outs to try to get another one.
He's shaking that glove hand a little bit. Looked like his glove hand kind of rolled up underneath a little bit. So here's Coco Crisp. Coco takes way inside. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And now it's 2-0. So Coco in the driver's seat.
Well, the one thing you don't, as a right-handed hitter, want to bite at the hard slider. CC tried to get him to bite on the 1-0 hard slider down, and Coco held up.
Good pitch there. Sabathia kind of eased it in there.
Now they may be thinking Coco's taking all the way, and it was a borderline strike, but got the call. A good pitch. Left-hander.
2-1 delivery. Missed again, 3-1.
But Teixeira at first base, and normally with 2 outs, bases loaded, he's going to find the first baseman playing deep, but Teixeira is kind of halfway. Maybe thinking that if he plays too deep, that Coco might try to bunt a ball like he did in the first at bat, which was last inning.
3-1 pitch is bouncing home. Jeter throws to second in time to get Cano. So a nice play by Derek Jeter, ranging to his right, and the A's leave the bases loaded. Is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Swing away for big league cash only at Cache Creek. Visit cachecreek.com for details.
Number 12,
1-1 game, top of the third from the Coliseum.
Well,
Vez, Stewart, and Jeter.
And the A's didn't score, Kite, but this is like a shutdown inning because that was an inning that the A's had the opportunity to score. They didn't. Let Bartolo be nice to put up a 0.
Yeah, that's a good call.
You get CC Sabathia on the ropes like that. Well, you need to find a way to score. But it's Derek Jeter's play that in that inning, I mean, that was huge, saving at least one run.
Chavez was the DH last night at third base this afternoon. He was 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout last night. That one's ripped toward left center field. Nobody's going to get it. One hops the wall, and Eric Chavez is going to have a sliding double. It's a nice swing by Chavez.
Xavi had some good seasons with the Athletics, and the leg kick got the foot down, and sure, he can pull balls for home runs, but that fastball away. And a shot that no chance for Calgary, even with his speed, to get to the ball. Was hit too hard to even slice back to him.
So the leadoff man at second base for Stewart. Stewart bunts it and pokes at it. It goes foul.
Casey's brother, of course, open catch for the Athletics, and Eric seeing everybody and the ground crew. Of course, he liked those guys, and batting glove, one of the security guards. Fan favorite, no doubt, Eric Chavez.
Bunted, and it's a good one. Cologne picks it up, throws, and Weeks reaches up to grab it. So Stewart does his job, gets the sacrifice down. Well, Eric Chavez, we got to know him awfully well. You really pulled for him, right? Listen, he got a lot of money from the Athletics, and the last handful of years, he just was banged up. But
those 6 gold gloves, there's no doubt that was special. We showed some of his defensive plays last night, but to win 6 consecutive Gold Gloves. So it's not surprising that he was shaking hands and hugging the ground crew because
right.
they made it happen. Of course, Clay Wood, the head groundskeeper, but the best infield probably in the American League that these guys play on.
So the infield comes in with Jeter up to bat.
Let us swing at the first pitch again. Two-seamer inside.
Jeter hits it hard, and it's through into center field, a base hit. Well, you called it, Ray. First pitch swinging again, and Jeter knocks home Chavez, and the Yankees take a 2-1 lead.
Well, once again, the movement was not there. It was Suzuki moving inside. He wanted the two-seamer, and it just did not break. And that one now puts him, what was the, he's tied with Paul Wainer for number of hits, and he just took the baseball out as it's another.
Yeah, he's on his own now. He's 15th on that list. And he's just right on the heels of the great George Brett. First pitch to Granderson is a strike. He's in glorified air now. Boy, look at those people on that list.
Well, he just figured 5 years after he retires, get his induction speech ready because he'll go to Cooperstown.
See what.
It's a question of when that retirement date is for Derek Jeter.
So all the great things that Derek Jeter has done, obviously Hall of Fame. All around good guy from what everybody tells us. And of all the things he's done, maybe the most amazing thing is he's remained single his whole career in New York, and he's kept his name out of the tabloids. That's really hard to do.
Well, I think one of the highest compliments a player can receive, and it came, I talked to Robinson Cano last night, and you know, the thing that the Yankees do so well, and I guess you could say that a lot of people root against them because they are successful, but they don't throw it in your face. They win, just like this inning right here. They can win with a home run, but they get a double, a sacrifice, and a base hit. But Robinson Cano said when you come up through the Yankee system, you know the one guy at the top, Derek Jeter, you want to be like him. And you know, that's a great compliment when you play in such a way that players in the system look at the way you perform and say that's the Yankee way. That's the way we have to play the game. And Joe Girardi does a great job managing, has a great staff. But when you have that guy on the field on your team, he takes care of everything. I mean, if you're out of line, you probably have to deal with the captain.
Granderson pops the foul back. And listen, outside of Alex Rodriguez, who can be a lightning rod, is there a player that's not likable on the Yankees? I know people don't want to hear this, but the reality is they have good players that play hard.
Exactly. And there's no doubt Alex Rodriguez has changed since he's become a Yankee.
Yeah.
And maybe
probably learned a little bit
because of that aura of being in the pinstripes. But I think the biggest thing, again, they win a lot, but they don't throw it in your face. They don't really say anything. They just play the game the right way.
Granderson swings and misses. So that's the second strikeout for Bartolo Colon.
Well, Bartolo has got a tough hitter, and there's the grip. He'll throw. Oh, look at the movement. There it is. That's the one he's trying to get. He throws the slider down in the lefties and the two-seamer. That it looks like a screwball, and I asked him about it. He said, no, it's just the way he holds the ball and where he delivers the ball in what location. The slot for his fastball. But he can make a lot of movement with just the one pitch.
First pitch to Alex Rodriguez is a strike. 21 career home runs here at the Coliseum for Rodriguez. Jam shot. Rosales has it. Side retired. Jeter with the RBI single. We go to the bottom of the third. Yankees 2, the A's 1.
At 5 p.m. as the A's will take on the Rangers at the Coliseum. Special field level ticket includes early access to Eastside Club, appetizers, non-alcoholic beverages, and a Q&A sessions with A's players and local media members. Tweet questions to @athletics using hashtag athletics tweet up. Tickets at oaklandathletics.com, or you can call 510-638-4627.
Reddick, Gomes, and Donaldson. The Yankees now with a 2-1 lead, bottom of the third inning. Reddick hits with the center, and that's hit well. Granderson spins around. He's heading back. He's at the warning track. He's at the wall. That baby is gone.
Wow.
He's done it again. Number 13, and we're tied at 2.
Unbelievable is all you can say about Josh Reddick. As he struck out on a slider from CC in his first at bat, gets a 91-mile-an-hour fastball, first offering, and puts himself in the leaderboard. Hamilton off the charts at 19, but Josh Reddick. It's amazing what happens to a young man when someone says you're going to play every day and you're going to hit third.
That's right.
And he says they can say all they want about his past, the Red Sox. He's just happy to be in the green and gold and get this opportunity, and the A's are happy to have it.
So Reddick now 13 homers, 26 RBIs, and here's Gomes, who had an RBI single in the first.
No, the A's just ran the kickoff back.
Yeah, I was just saying.
You know, the Yankees scored on a double sacrifice on a base hit, and the A's come back with a home run. That's a great analogy.
So my point is there, it's just reversed.
That's right. They'll take it. And to do it in straightaway center. I mean, it's a little bit chilly this afternoon. I mean, beautiful day, but a little overcast. And it's not like the ball's carrying extremely well, except when that man hits the ball and the way it's traveling off his bat, doesn't matter where he's playing.
Swing and a miss, and Sabathia took a little long. So 2-2 the count. So third home run in the series for the Athletics. And Gomes shoots one toward right. Swisher coming in into a slide, and he makes a nice catch.
What? Another look at the home run by Josh Reddick, and he is on target. Fastball, belt high, and you know, maybe CC's trying to get ahead with the first pitch fastball, get a quick strike. And Reddick, great approach, because if you strike out on a slider, the last thing you want to do if you see a fastball is take it, because you've always you're going to get another slider. So you see it straight, let it go. Now CC's throwing first pitch sliders. Kobe beef or top sirloin. They're both good, aren't they? Sliders are good.
That one hit high down the left field line into the corner. Ibanez has got just enough room, and he makes the catch.
Well, Donaldson stood at home plate, and you know, you hit a ball, but it's that close. You need to run just in case the wind brings it back. But a fan reached out, tried to catch it. That would have been fan interference, because he reached over. And you could catch a ball if it's coming straight down and you're inside in the stands. But you reach over, as that fan did. And Ibanez caught it anyway, but that could have been an out regardless.
So 2 outs for Kurt Suzuki. Kurt walked in the second inning. And that pitch just a bit low.
Brian O'Nora does not like the low pitch as far as the strike call in the low area. And a few this afternoon so far that both pitchers have thrown have not gotten the call.
So 1-1 the count to Suzuki. So Reddick's home run has tied it here in the second.
Bartolo's got his glove on.
Oh, yeah.
No jacket. And as soon as the third out is made, he is crossing the white line to the mound, ready to go. Standing next to Cespedes, and kind of reminds me of Ken Holtzman, who we had up when the A's were celebrating the 40th anniversary. And Kenny's philosophy: hour and a half. Give me the ball. Let's go. I'm going to pitch an hour and a half. We're going to get out of here. I mean, and he pitched quickly enough, but he threw strikes and won games. But there was no wasting time either in the dugout, taking his time to get out there, or once he got out the mound.
What a great idea, huh?
Thank you.
That's right.
Exactly.
What a novel concept.
He's got a foot on the top step. He's got a tie game. I'm going to try to keep it that way or take a lead and keep the lead. I think Bartolo Colon is one guy that does not like the 4 days in between starts.
And that one is close, but a bit outside. So 2-2 the count. Pennington would hit next if Suzuki can get aboard. Another close pitch, but good take by Kurt to fill up the count.
The backdoor slider tried to go to the outside instead of down and in, stored on the outside corner of the target, and just kind of circled around the plate, according to the home plate umpire, Nora, who sets up on the left shoulder of the catcher with a right-handed batter, but kind of sneaked a peek over to the right of the catcher. Make sure he got a good shot of it. You like to see umpires to do that, especially with a curveball, because it comes around the plate. If they have the angle, depending on the situation, who it might be, might get the call.
Setting up inside, and Kurt lightens it, foul again. So the battle continues between Sabathia and Suzuki. Kurt has 3 career home runs off CC Sabathia.
Great time for him to get his first and make his left hand feel great.
Another payoff pitch, and that one misses, and Suzuki has his second walk. And you saw the pitch count for Sabathia, so a lot of pitches in the early going. 57 now, 2 outs in the 3rd inning.
I don't think you could ever say you can own CC Sabathia, but if you've had success, as Suzuki has, I think you feel comfortable in maybe seeing the pitches, because there were a couple of pitches that Zook could have been swinging at and making it out instead of being patient and drawing a 2-out walk and forcing CC to throw a lot of pitches.
Pennington struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. The Blue Jays are leading the Rangers 4-2 in the 6th inning. Rangers led that game 2-0, but Colby Rasmus tied it with a 2-run homer, and the Blue Jays have scored 2 in the top of the 6th, so we'll keep a close eye on that game. A little bit high. So 2-1 the count to Pennington. A lot of foul balls by the A's today as they've really been battling Sabathia.
Somebody's happy.
Hold on to it, man. Don't let anybody take it. Swing and a miss. So Pennington strikes out for the 2nd time. Josh Reddick with a home run to center field. It was his 13th of the year. So we're headed to the 4th inning. Tied at 2, A's Yanks. Pick up Evergood sausage at your local grocery store today. So it's a 2-2 game, the A's and the Yankees, 4th inning. Robinson Cano to lead it off. He'll be followed by Teixeira and Ibanez. Yankees a couple of runs on 3 hits. Cano homered in the 2nd.
A pitch outside, and thanks to Josh Reddick, the A's tied the game. Let's see, Josh Reddick eating the sunflower seeds here at the golf course the other day, and somebody was on a tee box and he said, "Who eats sunflower seeds playing golf?" Yeah. Oh, they're baseball players.
Baseball players. maybe nobody else. But.
Exactly. But you can imagine the guys walking around the golf course with sunflower seeds and greens, tee box, middle of the fairway.
Just what the groundskeepers like at the golf course.
That's what the great George Toma said in Kansas City, Kauffman Stadium, when they had the artificial turf, the surface. He said, the worst thing, sunflower seeds. Yeah. Trying to pick them up.
Have to vacuum them up.
Exactly.
Slice to left where Cowgill is playing that way. He's got it. Here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. May 30th of last year. Remember this? Bartolo Colon pitching for the Yankees right here at the Coliseum. Man, he was good. It was a 4-hit shutout. And it was by far his best start as a Yankee last year. It happened right here. He just kept pumping fastballs in there. He had great location. And that was it.
First pitch slider to Teixeira, and after Cano lined out to left field, as he came back, Bartolo, as he seems to always do, start chirping, start talking to the guys. He has a great time when he takes them out. It's all work, a lot of work, but he is enjoying his work as much as anybody I've ever seen.
Well, he won 8 games last year for the Yankees. He pitched well in the first half, then kind of struggled in the second half. Teixeira, big rip, fouls it back. Teixeira hit a fly ball to right field. That was in the second inning. Close pitch drops a little bit low.
A rare changeup, something soft just to at least show to the powerful left-hander. View quarter in left field, blowing out to left, and right field are blowing out to right. So that's the swirling winds get in the Coliseum.
Can't figure it out.
Well, and that's what happens when a ball gets up in the air. You think you have a chance, and then just don't think about the way the wind kind of circling around inside the Coliseum. Just those two small view quarters, left field and right field.
Teixeira to right, and the Yankees lead 3-2. Now that one got out in a hurry.
Well, you have to wonder, is somebody whistling to the Yankee hitters? Because Cano jumped on the pitch inside, and Teixeira, who had been seeing a lot of pitches away, he tried to go inside with one, and he yanked it quickly to left field. But he's not getting the same movement also that he did in his previous starts. Suzuki inside down, and that pitch right in the middle of the plate. 91 mile an hour, but it left very quickly.
Skies one towards center, hit well, but just enough room for Coco Crisp in front of the wall. He's got it.
Now the Exmo with Teixeira and Bartolo Colon, and where he wanted it to go, see the movement, he wanted it kind of starting at his waist, but it started in the kind of the inner part of the plate, ended up in the middle of the plate. And I would have to think the Yankees have seen Bartolo enough, either as a teammate or watching some video, to know that he likes to get guys out, the left-handers inside. And so they have a tendency to look a little bit more maybe. And if you don't get the true movement inside that he has gotten to some lefties, then it becomes a very hittable pitch.
So Teixeira, a home run last night, a home run today. That one's lined to right, headed for the wall, and it is off the base of the wall. Swisher digging for second. Reddick's throw is just a bit late. Swisher has a double.
Well, another fastball. It's supposed to be inside, and Bartolo just not getting it in there. Suzuki setting up in there, but that one may be inside, but it was a four-seamer. It did not have any movement, and Nick Swisher got that before it actually got to the plate. Fortunately, it had the top spin, not the back spin that you talked about, and the top spin to keep it in the park.
So a double for Swisher. Here's Eric Chavez, who doubled and scored in the third. This one's bounced. Rosales handles the hop, flips to Colon. Side retired. Mark Teixeira, his 7th home run of the year, a solo shot. So the Yankees grab the lead back at 3-2. pitchers to win at least 19 games in their first 3 seasons with the team. Well, could it be CC Sabathia, who spent his first 7.5 seasons with the Cleveland Indians? First pitch to Rosales is a strike.
I'd say that's a wonderful, not even a guess. That's just probably a given. He was good with Cleveland. That's why they wanted to sign him long term.
Rosales hit a fly ball to right field in the 2nd inning. Here's his numbers with the Yankees. So, first 3 years with 18. Not necessarily the first 3 years of his major league career. Just a bit outside.
So is the name Kenny Holtzman mentioned as a possibility?
Yes.
He had a lot of success in both Chicago with the Cubs and here in Oakland.
Rosales fouls it at the plate. Rosales trying to get something started. He's now trailing 3-2. Close pitch, and it's a full count.
Well, CC Sabathia is a workhorse, and he is a horse when it comes to pitching. But first hitter in the 4th inning, and pitch count at 6-7. The A's are doing a good job taking some post pitches.
Jeter backhands the one-hopper, flips it across. Teixeira digs it out. Jeter kind of lobbed it over there. So that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, let Mark Teixeira earn his Gold Glove.
Yeah.
He's good. And of course, Rosales always runs hard, and a rare ball in the dirt thrown by Derek Jeter, but Mark Teixeira handled it nicely with a little scoop. He's got 4 of them. Trophy case is full. They need some more room, probably, too.
Here's Cowgill, who singled in the 2nd inning. Well, speaking of home runs, the Rangers entered the bottom of the 6th inning trailing 4-2. Cruz stepped up, homered. The next batter, Torrealba, homered. The next batter, Moreland, homered. Back to back to back. And Texas now leads 5-4 in the 7th inning. Granderson's going to play it on a hop. So Cowgill is 2 for 2. Well, it is now in its 6th season. It's the Comcast Sportsnet All-Star Teacher Program, and it recognizes Bay Area teachers that make a difference. Visit csncalifornia.com to see finalist bios and video features and vote for the 2012 All-Star Teacher. The winning teacher receives $20,000 for his or her school. So the A's have a 1-out base runner, and it's a speedy runner in Cowgill. First pitch to Weeks, off the glove of Stewart, and Cowgill's going to go to second. Now the tying run in scoring position. Let's see where this ball was.
A wild pitch.
It's not a wild pitch.
That is a gift, because that is as big a pass ball you'll ever see, and Chris Stewart would be the first to admit it. Didn't get his feet under him, I guess.
They haven't changed it yet.
That's horrible.
Breaking ball, outside corner, strike to Weeks.
And actually, Chris Stewart went to catch it properly. It just did not extend far enough to do that. Regardless, the A's catch a break and get a runner in score position. I was just going to say, CC Sabathia I don't think I've seen him throw to first yet on an attempted pickoff, because he's had guys at first and not done anything.
Cano has it, and Weeks is retired for the second out. Cowgill goes to third. So now the A's need a big hit from Coco Crisp. Coco with a sacrifice in the first, and he grounded out with the bases loaded in the second.
Number 4, Coco Crisp.
Any catcher knows that they have a ball get by them off the glove, and now the runner's at third base, and you're thinking, I've already missed one. I don't want to do it again. So instead of kind of being relaxed and soft hands behind the plate, you might see that trying to go after a ball. CC has a lot of movement on his pitches.
First pitch strike to Crisp.
There's never a time to forget about things. Now's the time if you're a catcher.
75 pitches for Sabathia. Big chopper. Cano charges. He's got it. Flips to first. Side retired. So the A's strand a runner. And we are headed to the 5th inning from the Coliseum. Yankees 3, A's 2. Sportsnet California is brought to you by Roaring Camp Railroads. The further you go, the closer you get. Trains departing daily from the heart of the Santa Cruz Mountains. It's the top of the 5th inning, and the Yankees with a 3-2 lead. In a series that has seen a lot of balls leave the yard. A's have hit 3 home runs so far. The Yankees have hit 5. 2 today, Cano and Teixeira. Home run for the A's, Reddick in the 3rd. So Stewart, Jeter, and Granderson here in the 5th. Stewart sacrificed in the 3rd inning, and it helped the Yankees get a run. He sacrificed Eric Chavez to 3rd, and then Chavez scored on Jeter's side.
And there was a scoring change that Mr. Stewart will find out later, that he will be charged with the pass ball.
And Stewart has a base hit right up the middle. So leadoff hit for Stewart, and let's answer today's AT&T trivia question. Who are the last 4 pitchers to win at least 19 games in their first 3 seasons with a team?
Number 2,
CC Sabathia, indeed, his first 3 years with the Yankees, and this is year number 4. Ken Holtzman with the Athletics, 72, 73, 74. Gaylord Perry, traded from the Giants to the Indians. Had a great catcher in Ray Fosse his first year. Nolan Ryan, no surprise there either, so pretty good names on there. Saw some highlights last night of Gaylord Perry throwing out the first pitch in Seattle. Gaylord pitched for a while with the Mariners.
Yes, he did. Won his 300th game with the Mariners.
So Big Gaylord went up to the broadcast booth.
Big Gaylord. He's my partner in spring training signing autographs for the Ferguson Jenkins Foundation. He was in Phoenix quite a few times while the A's were there.
Jeter bunts it toward Cologne, who flips, and nobody's there. He didn't even let it go. Weeks was trying to get over there, and he couldn't do it. Jeter, who still runs pretty well.
Well, once Rosales committed, and Jemile Weeks, I think, just didn't see what was developing, because on a bunt, it is a second baseman's play to get to first base. We could see how late he was, and maybe because he thought it was going to be Rosales, who has not played a lot at first base, and maybe once Cologne got there, Rosales could have backtracked to first base. But as it turns out, it's a first and second, and Derek Jeter's really just trying to put a runner in scoring position, but he gets himself on.
He does, and he gets a hit. So he ties George Brett on the all-time hit list, 14th. 3,154 hits. So now you got to be careful with the heart of the order coming up. Granderson hits with the left field. Cowgill gets back. Stewart's going to tag, and Stewart's going to try for third. Cowgill will throw it into second. So Granderson is able to get the runner to third with one out.
Now that's a smart play by Colin Cowgill, with Curtis Granderson going to left field. He's a very powerful hitter to right field, but he can go to the opposite field. But Cowgill, realizing the situation, don't try to get the runner at third. Keep a double play in order, and he does that by getting the ball back into second. That's heads-up play and anticipating what you're going to do if a ball is hit to you, and that's what Colin did.
So Alex Rodriguez steps in. Rodriguez a ground out, and then he got jammed, hit a little pop-up to Rosales in foul territory. That one line to right. Reddick is there. He's got it. Stewart tags. Here comes Reddick's throw. Up the line. It's going to be a sacrifice fly. So Rodriguez going after the first pitch. And it's now 4-2. Rodriguez gets his 19th RBI.
Believe it or not, 4 batters, 6 pitches in this inning. And again, first pitch hitting by Jeter, bunting, and Granderson left field. Alex Rodriguez line drive to right field.
Well, I think you're seeing a lot about the Yankees as well. They hit a lot of home runs, but they are able to execute as well. So Cano hits with 2 outs. Jeter still at first. Jeter with, in his career list, 342 career stolen bases. A lot of those coming obviously early in his career. He'll still sneak one in every once in a while. He had 16 last year. There's a shot fair into the right field corner. Reddick's got to get to it quickly. He picks it up, and they're going to hold Jeter at third, and probably a smart move by Rob Thompson, the third base coach, as Reddick got it quickly to Weeks. But another hit for the Yankees.
Well, as a third base coach for the Yankees, you don't have to try to push the envelope too much, but Josh Reddick does a very good job. Ball just inside the line. Cano once again having a great game, but Reddick got it back in, hit the cutoff man, and Jemile Weeks was waiting as Derek Jeter ran as hard as he could to third base and thinking about scoring. But Mark Teixeira in the on-deck circle, the next hitter, and then Raul Ibanez to follow him and Swisher to follow him, and Chavez.
Well, you don't want it to get any worse as far as the deficit. It's only 4-2. Here's Teixeira. First pitch strike. They're starting to move out in the A's bullpen. Jordan Norberto. Teixeira, a fly ball to right and a homer. And that's going to be a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and the Yankees lead 6-2. The shift was on, and Teixeira hit it through the shift. So 3 RBIs on the afternoon for Teixeira.
Well, you're right about the shift, and once again a pitch supposed to be inside. It's very, very good waiting by Mark Teixeira. You can see where Pennington, the shortstop's playing, and Jamal Weeks kind of deep at second base into the outfield grass, but Teixeira is strong enough to hit it through it. And that quickly, it's a 4-run lead.
So 3 runs here in the 5th on 4 hits and a sacrifice fly by the Yankees. So here's Ibanez. Shift is on for Ibanez. So 9 hits by the Yankees off of Cologne in 4 2/3 innings. Up and away, 1-1 count. Blue Jays have bounced right back to tie the Rangers 5-5. Top of the 7th inning down in Arlington. Ibanez lofts one to shallow left center field. Cowgill on the run, and he gets there to make the catch. Side retired. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Yankees. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Yanks with a 6-2 lead. Chevron, complete the workbook and you're 2 free tickets. For more information, call 510-563-2329 or go to oaklandathletics.com/community. A's Science of the Game. Brought to you by Chevron.
You know who's doing a good job with that for the Athletics? Josh Reddick, and that's he's been touring the Bay Area.
That's right. Yeah.
Getting out in the community and doing a great job as always. Not in addition to hitting home runs and playing great baseball for the Athletics.
And a homer today, his 13th of the year. He's in the 3rd inning. So now the A's trail 6-2. Reddick will be followed by Gomes and then Donaldson. Slowly hit toward Jeter, who charges on the run, and they just get ready. So with one out, Gomes would hit.
On these one-go gloves at shortstop, and Josh Reddick out of the box quickly. The ball hit off the end of the bat, but in the same motion, scoop and a flip to Teixeira, and plenty on this throw to get Josh Reddick. He did not get the same pitch that he got in his last at bat when he had home run to tie the game at 2.
No, that was not going to happen.
Yeah.
Johnny Gomes had an RBI single in the first inning. Strike call. He hit a fly ball to right field. Swisher made a sliding catch on in the third. So Gomes is 1 for 2. The Angels and the Mariners will play later on this evening. Game 3 of that 4-game series. Williams for the Angels, Hernandez for the Mariners. Angels have won the first 2 games of this series, a shutout on Thursday, and then last night they scored 3 in the 9th off the Mariners closer, Brandon League, who blew the save. So the Angels are starting to play better. They've won 4 in a row. Hits it high and foul. The Orioles are winning again 3-1 over the Kansas City Royals in the 5th inning in Baltimore. Orioles continue to have the best record in the American League at 29-17. One-two pitch to Gomes is hit up the middle. But Jeter is there. Again, he throws on the run, and they got Gomes.
That hit off CC or off the mound? It hit something to change direction. But Derek Jeter, another very good play. And the most important thing, unloading it quickly with the ball up the middle and then catching in the same motion. And does not have to stop, plant, and throw. He just picks it up, same motion on the move, gets a grip, and just barely gets Johnny Gomes as Johnny jumped and
good call
in the air. And that's when you jump at the bank, sometimes you're airborne and cannot get down quickly enough.
First pitch strike to Donaldson, who is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly ball. Well, after the Yankees scored 3 times, you'd like to try to get right back after it.
Yeah.
Just like CC Sabathia would like to have a shutdown inning. Donaldson hits one high and foul. 87 pitches for Sabathia. Has thrown at least 100 pitches in each of his last 17 regular season starts. No surprise there. Verlander has thrown at least 100 pitches in 62 consecutive.
Can you imagine going out and say, CC, I think we're going to take you out? And you said, no.
No, that's not going to happen.
That's what Gaylord Perry used to do in Cleveland that season, 72. He won 24 games. I think I'm going to take you out. No, I don't think you are. I'm going to stay here. I'm better than the guy in the bullpen. Okay, you stay. And he stays.
So Sabathia gets the strikeout, his 4th of the game. So it is a 3-up, 3-down inning. 10-5, 6-2 New York. At csncalifornia.com to post your question. Sylvester from Stockton asks, how does the disabled list work? How long before a player has to be transferred to a longer DL? All right, well, we'll give you some of the specifics about the disabled list. And it is something that we've talked about a lot this year. Not just with the A's, but with every team. The disabled list. A's currently have 7 players on that list. 0-1 to Swisher. It's Anderson, Braden, Cespedes, Devine, Inge, McCarthy, and Sizemore. So 15-day, remove a player from 25-man roster. Still counts against the 40-man roster. Players can remain there indefinitely. And then the 60 is a little bit different.
That's one of the keys there.
Yeah. And now there's the 7-day disabled list for players who have concussions.
Saw a couple of guys on the 15, and Brandon McCarthy and a Cespedes. But the one right here is 60-day. For example, Joey Devine, he could have started on the 15-day, and then if they need a spot, since he's on the 40-man roster, they're transferring to the 60-day disabled list because he is out all season with Tommy John surgery. When Brandon Inge joined the club, I think at that time, you can either take a player off the roster that may be in AAA, or you can
off the 40-man
roster, right? But he's optioned to AAA. You can take him off and make a spot, or you can put a guy on a 60-day DL or open up a spot. But Mike Selleck always does a great job. He's got all those listed, and the transaction list just keeps longer and longer throughout a season. But Eric Chavez was under the 7-day concussion rule. He was playing third and goal for a ball, and as he explained, his head kind of went down, wrenched, and lost a little bit of the focus, and went to the plate, stood at home plate, and just said, "Can't do it." And so they took him out of the game. And so I think that's a good precautionary measure. Whereas he started probably Justin Morneau with Minnesota. Want to try to rush guys back too quickly, so at least they force him to go on for 7 days.
Chavez goes down to get it. So I guess you should keep in mind too, you can, after 15 days, you can stay on there as long as you want. So you don't have to move a guy to the 60.
Exactly.
You really do that to open up the roster spot, the 40-man roster spot. One and 2 the count to Chavez, who is 1 for 2 with the double and a run score. Lines that one in the glove of Donaldson for out number 2.
I just looking at Mike Selleck's notes, and again, when Travis Blackley was claimed off waivers, that's when Joey Devine was transferred to the 60-day DL, because Blackley was out of the organization, picked up by the A's. So in order to get him not only the major league roster 25, they had to put him on the 40-man, and so that's when Joey Devine was transferred to the 60-day. Scott Sizemore is out for the season, so he could be on the 60, open up a spot.
Stewart pops this one up, and Donaldson has it. Side retired. So it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Bartolo Colon. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 6-2 New York. inning. It's time for the Coors Light Freeze Can. Coors Light Freeze Can is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing. Nice crowd today at the Coliseum. 27,112. 27,112. So that coming on the heels of over 33,000 last night. Trying to get the sun to come out, but it has stayed away most of the day.
I can imagine about a bunch of players on both teams very happy about that, because when it's overcast on an afternoon game, the sun can be very tough on the outfielders, infielders. Eric Chavez knows exactly at third base, and saw Derek Jeter have his sunglasses on, looked up in the sky, took his sunglasses off, put them on top of his head.
Cano dives, he's got it, and he's going to take a hit away from Kurt Suzuki. He's got a Gold Glove. He just showed why. 1 out.
Now batting, shortstop, number 2, Cliff Pennington.
And that's why, with his outstanding glove, his range at second base, and kind of flips the ball from second like the great Hall of Famer Rod Carew did. They got up and just boop, let him have time to get Kurt Suzuki, and it's all about the angle, diving, making the catch. Once he gets up, he's got a very strong arm.
Pennington pops it up. And it's going to be Cano who goes out, makes the catch, 2 outs. Interesting note on CC Sabathia.
Now batting,
This is his 70th consecutive start where he has thrown at least 5 innings. That's pretty amazing. Because even the great ones, every once in a while, they'll get knocked around early and you get them out of there. But
so when CC is scheduled to pitch, the guys have roles in the bullpen. The guy called the long reliever probably doesn't even show up that day, because the long reliever come in before the 5th inning and try to get some innings. But at CC, stay at the hotel, or just get some work in and relax in the bullpen.
well, I think he's a perfect example of a starting pitcher. Obviously, he's very good, but he gives his team a good chance to win every time he goes out.
Absolutely.
And sometimes he'll give up 3-4 runs, but he's got a good offense behind him. He's actually lost his last 2 starts at Baltimore and at home against the Reds. But today looking for win number 6 on the year. Starting to get ahead in the count as well. 1-2 to Rosales. He's retired 7 in a row. Rosie rolls and foul. Roberto gets up again for the A's.
Longstill has not thrown a lot of pitches, and they had a 1-2-3 last inning, throwing just 9. That was the bottom part of the order, but now back to the top where you start to see some lefties, but 2 of the first 3 are right-handers.
That one's hit hard, but Granderson is there. He's got it, side retired. So 8 in a row retired by CC Sabathia. We'll head to the 7th, 6-2 New York.
Columbus, Woodsnet, California, is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Toyota, check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today. And by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers.
6-2, the Yankees lead, top of the 7th inning from the Coliseum. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. So Jordan Alberto comes in, doing a nice job as one of the 4 left-handers out of the bullpen for the Athletics. Alberto last pitched on Wednesday against the Angels. So he'll face Jeter, Granderson, and Rodriguez. First pitch is low to Jeter. That last outing for Alberto was the extra inning game. And he was the losing pitcher. Jeter is 2 for 3 after going 0 for 5 last night. So he is now tied with George Brett on the all-time hit list.
Derek Jeter has never gone to the plate and seen a pitch he didn't like. He goes up swinging, and if you swing a lot, you know the strike zone, you're going to get a lot of hits, and he has done that throughout his great career.
He had 66 hits on the year, 10 doubles, 5 home runs. He's walked just 13 times this season. Chopper over the mound to Pennington. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And Granderson will hit. Six innings, 9 hits, 6 earned runs for Bartolo Colon. So not one of his better outings. No walks, 3 strikeouts.
Well, you could just see the number of pitches, 74 pitches, 6 innings. And obviously the Yankees got some pitches. They did not wait around a long time to take a lot of pitches, as they knew their former teammate was going to be around the plate, and he was. Probably would like to have had a couple of pitches back for sure.
Two 2-0 to Granderson with the shift on. Blue Jays and the Rangers tied 5-5 in the top of the 9th inning. Kelleher, the first base coach for the Yankees, jumps out of the way.
He'd be the first to tell you he's smart. No glove on his hand, helmet on his head. Ground ball, get out of the way.
Yeah, that one almost hit Granderson. So it's a full count with Alex Rodriguez in the on-deck circle.
Jordan Alberto pitched on Wednesday before the A's had their off day. Alberto Castro, fastball inside. He wanted it down. It was up, and it stayed inside with the fastball, and he finally jumped on top of one, got a double, driving in a couple of runs. And that was enough for the Angels to defeat the A's 3-1 in that Wednesday afternoon in 11 innings. And as you mentioned, they just continued into Seattle, winning Thursday, Friday, and they'll play tonight. So the Angels playing very well now, and you know what's going to happen. Just a matter of when.
Well, the Yankees will head to Anaheim after the game tomorrow. They'll have a 3-game series starting Monday. Then they'll head to Detroit after an off day on Thursday. A 3-city stop for the Yankees. Rodriguez steps out, now steps back in. He's got a sacrifice fly. That was in the 5th inning, picking up his 19th RBI of the year. Reach for that one a little bit, fouls it straight back. Alex Rodriguez has a contract that runs through 2017. He's 36 years old at the moment. So when that contract is through, he'll be 42 years old. Picked off his Granderson, and they got it. So 2 outs here in the 7th inning.
And for Adam Rosales, again, not playing a lot of first base, but the pickoff. And when you talk about somebody quickly getting the ball, getting the angle, and throwing out Granderson. Same step to the left, little double clutch, making sure he had a good enough grip, and Cliff Pennington keeping his head in and making the tag. That was simply Granderson going on first move, and he did not stop. There's the angle that he went in trying to maybe have Rosales hit him with the baseball, running close to the grass.
Fastball inside. He walked it. So back-to-back walks. And that'll bring up Cano. So Ray, interesting talking about Alex Rodriguez's contract. And it's worth huge amounts of money, obviously. But his bonuses, when he starts hitting these landmark home runs, he gets a $6 million bonus for each home run of 660, which is Mays, 714, 755, 762 to tie Bonds, 763 to become the all-time home run. So that's 5 milestones, $6 million each. Right. So there's an extra $30 million. Right now he's at 636 home runs. So he'd have to go a little bit this year.
They're the top ones. He's trying. He's passed Ken Griffey Jr. So he is.
This one's popped up. So there's your hitting the milestone bonuses for Alex Rodriguez. It's good to be able to hit the long.
Yes.
It's tonight at 6 o'clock. It's on Comcast Sportsnet Barry. Minibach and John Henry Smith will hold down the anchor desk. Highlights and reaction from the game here at the Coliseum between the A's and the Yankees. And keep you updated on Manny Ramirez in Sacramento. And also, we got a Game 7 tonight in the NBA playoffs. It's the Celtics and the Sixers. Bottom of the 7th inning, and the Yankees lead 6-2 over the Athletics. The A's have 3 more shots at Sabathia and the Yankees bullpen. First pitch to Cowgill is a bit inside. Cowgill, Weeks, and Crisp. Sabathia closing in on 100 pitches. Bullpen is quiet at the moment. Sabathia has retired 8 in a row. Cowgill went around.
Kuiper, a colleague over on the Yankees side, former great outfielder Ken Singleton, Yankees broadcaster. He told me today, after the game today, and he's happy that it's a day game, he's going to head back and watch that Celtics game.
Yeah.
Special interest. His cousin is Doc Rivers.
Really? Okay.
So he will be paying a lot of attention to that game with the Celtics. Kenny's a good man.
He's one of the real nice guys.
Oh, gentlemen, there's no doubt. And still lives in Baltimore area. Great outfielder. I asked him about talking about some of the players in the past. I said Eckersley and Raleigh Fingers. He said, I had a chance with Eck. I had no chance with Fingers. So he faced a couple of good closers for the A's.
Yeah, Kenny Singleton. That guy's going to watch the Game 7 tonight, I think. Mark Jackson, head coach of the Golden State Warriors, enjoying the game today. So he'll probably check it out. He's played in a few Game 7s in his career.
He's not diamond level, is he?
I think so.
Yeah. See some of the Warriors coming over. They're usually sitting down in diamond level, but maybe because it's the Yankees, just happened to get in the yard today. That guy's a big Warriors follower, and when he's out here, that's CC Sabathia. Of course, lives back in New Jersey now. Kids are in school. His wife Amber, and of course from Vallejo. Big foundation for the big guy, CC Sabathia.
Fisted into center field, a base hit. Cowgill is 3 for 3.
Well, that's good to see. When your batting average is down on the interstate, you get a couple 3 hits, which he's done today. That will pump it up a little bit.
Now batting.
There's the spin. Gexmo showing that spin of the slider. And we've talked about the red dot. There are times that you can see with the slider. Both Bartolo Colon and CC Sabathia throwing the slider, showing a bigger circle that's created. Not so much that tight seam circle that about the size of a dime, but good hitters with good eyes. And pick up the spin of the baseball and help them determine whether they're going to swing at the breaking pitch or not.
First pitch, strike to Jamal Weeks. Now we are going to get some action out in the Yankee bullpen. That's Corey Wade. Pitch number 105 for Sabathia. Weeks hits it hard. Cano on the backhand. Shovels to Jeter, who throws to first, not in time, but a nifty player on the bag at second by Cano and Jeter.
Well, that's a difference there, having a couple of runners on, trailing by 4 and maybe trying to get something going. But Cano ranged to his right, little flip underhand, but Jeter could not get a lot on the throw thanks to Colin Cowgill getting down to second quickly. But Rivera a nice, or Cano a nice feed to Derek Jeter. Just when you think you got something going, play like that happens.
So here's Coco Crisp, and there's a first pitch strike.
Just a little flip back, and there's Jeter, led it perfectly. And there's a basketball pass, a little shuffle underneath the
Fed out there.
Yeah. We've talked about familiarity.
Big bouncer. Jeter will get the out at second on a close play. So Coco Crisp bounces out into the fielder's choice.
But the familiarity, when you're playing on a team where you know each other as a teammate, and Robinson Cano making the play that he did with Derek Jeter, he knew that he would be there, just flipping in the vicinity, knowing that Jeter's coming across the bag. And these guys have played together. Jeter, of course, the longest since '96, but Cano in his 5th season. Those two guys playing very well. His double play combination.
Graham Godfrey throwing out in the A's bullpen. First pitch to Reddick is a slider that snaps in there for a strike. Reddick a strikeout, a homer, and a ground out. The home run was in the 3rd inning, a solo shot. And he skies this one toward left center. It's Granderson who circles underneath it. He's got it side retired. A's get a hit, leave a runner. We're headed to the 8th. 6-2 Yankees.
And it's the Cocoa Crisp Chia Pet. That's from Sunday, the June 17th, Father's Day, versus the San Diego Padres here at the Coliseum. 1:05 p.m. start. 10,000 fans receive a Cocoa Crisp Chia Pet, courtesy of Chevron Extra Mile. For tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com or call 877-493-BALL. Can't wait for Chia Pet Day.
But it's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Graham Godfrey comes in, gets some work. Godfrey was the starter on Tuesday against the Angels. And he did not last long. 3 innings through 53 pitches. Gave up 4 earned runs.
It was the middle finger on his throwing hand. That everything was fine until it went to the bullpen and started warming up. Just had a finger strain, which strange things happen, and that's what happened. He pitched 3 innings, but did not fare very well and had to leave the game.
Well, he is scheduled to start Monday at Minnesota. Big game for Teixeira. That one, Weeks dives, and the shift was on, and Teixeira's going to have another hit. So this was Godfrey on Tuesday night. It started in the bullpen when he was warming up.
And you could tell it was not a blister, and as Graham was pointing out to Nick Paparista, the athletic trainer, head athletic trainer, it's on the top of the finger. Usually they're more concerned about turning the hand over and seeing a blister on the index or middle finger.
So that is hit number 10 for the Yankees, and here's Raul Ibanez. First pitch strike to Ibanez, so Teixeira is 3 for 4. It's 3 RBI.
See where Teixeira's ball was hit?
Yep. He's hit a couple balls like that.
Right to the second baseman. The A's using the shift, and he has not gotten out and completely pulled the ball, and as a result, he's found the hole where the shortstop would normally, or the second base would normally be playing.
Rangers and the Jays are going to extra innings, tied at 5. One and one to Ibanez, who's 0 for 3.
Now, Raul Ibanez is having such a big season. It's Brett Gardner, the left fielder normally used by Joe Girardi, is still on the disabled list, so it's kind of an alternating. You get a couple, 2 or 3 guys can DH, but Ibanez has played so well. And you go back to the last at bat by Teixeira in the 5th inning when he drove in 2 runs. Remember, at second and third, first base was open. Now Teixeira at the plate, think, well, maybe you can intentionally walk him, pitch him carefully, but Ibanez is doing so well, you could have to worry about him.
How about that?
Yep.
A line drive, Rosales grabs it. He was literally standing on the bag right after he caught it, and that's a double play.
And there's nothing Teixeira could do. He takes his normal couple of step lead, and he knows as a first baseman, sometimes you step off,
Number 33.
and right back to the glove hand of Adam Rosales. Nice play. Double play. Step on the bag.
So with 2 outs, Swisher will hit. The Tigers beat the Twins this afternoon 6-3 at Target Field. Scherzer got the win. Pavano got the loss. That's the only final so far in the American League. Valverde got his 8th save. So Tigers have won the first 2 games of that series over the Twins. Base hit for Swisher. He's 2 for 4. And the A's will be in Minnesota for a 3-game series starting Monday. A couple of day games.
Now batting, number 12, Eric Chavez.
I'd like to think Memorial Day in Minneapolis, the weather would be okay. You think anyway. You hope that is the case, as Bob Melvin and his team will be Minneapolis for 3, and then Kansas City for 3. A 6-game road trip.
It's another hit. Chavez slaps on the right field. So 3 hits in the inning.
Unfortunate for Graham Godfrey, the velocity is just not there. We've seen it as high as 91, 92, but he's about 87, 89 with his fastball.
Now batting, number 19, Chris Stewart.
So Stewart hits, 2 on, 2 out. Stewart with a sacrifice, a single, and a pop out. Where the Twins, Ray, 6-16 at home this year.
It's hard to believe.
And they're still getting good crowds at Target Field. Beautiful new ballpark. Stewart hits one in the hole. Pennington juggles, and that's going to be an error. Everybody's safe. The bases are loaded.
Well, a routine play, and he was trying to catch the ball, flip underhand over to second base to get the out. And so now Graham Godfrey has to face Derek Jeter. Routine, just a couple of steps to his right, and a play that Cliff Pennington would make 100 times just to try to catch. He's going to pick the ball up and flip to Jamal Weeks at second. He just happened to peek. He looked up maybe to see where Eric Chavez was as he was running to second base, but now Graham Godfrey back to top of the batting order.
Jeter 2 for 4. First pitch is a strike. So Swisher at third, Vez at second, and Stewart at first. Second error in the series by the Athletics. Swing and a miss. So 0-2. get a run home as Swisher will score. So on an 0-2 pitch, Jeter is hit. So Jeter gets his 17th RBI with a bases loaded hit by pitch.
Well, Graham Godfrey just tried to pitch inside. You could just see the release point.
Now batting,
Back of the left shoulder, and
Granderson.
not a bad area to get hit. Pretty padded there. Not a lot of. It's going to hurt regardless, but still, Jeter, who likes to swing the ball, the bat inside out anyway. So that pitch inside, he's trying to fight it off, but that one he could not.
So now 7-2, the Yankees lead here in the top of the 8th. Granderson is 0 for 3. He walked in the 7th inning. 2-0. Weeks again playing out on the outfield grass, 5 or 6 steps. Pennington playing right behind second base. And that one's hit toward Weeks. Backhands out on the grass, throws in time. Side retired. So the Yankees get a run. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's New York 7 and the A's 2. Local Toyota dealers. Reddick with another home run. That was a solo shot in the 3rd inning. Cano, another home run. He homered last night. He homered again today, his 7th of the year. Teixeira homered last night. Homered again today, his 7th of the year. That was in the 4th inning, a solo shot. This was the next inning. Teixeira shift on. Singles home a pair of runs. That was part of a 3-run 5th inning. Yankees added a run in the 8th, so it's 7-2. The Yankees lead the Athletics. Sabathia, 7 innings he has done after 109 pitches. So the Yankees go to the bullpen. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. It's Corey Wade who's having a nice season out of the bullpen for the Yankees. The right-hander Corey Wade. So Wade will face Gomes leading off the bottom of the 8th. And Gomes takes a big rip and lines it foul. Corey Wade, 28 years old, 6'2", 185 pounds. 40 games out of the bullpen last year. He was good, 6-1 with a 2.04 ERA. And that one jams Gomes. Chavez has it, and that's out number 1. New A's insider on CSNCalifornia.com is, of course, Casey Pratt. Here he is, working hard as always. Computer, iPad, headphones. He's got it all going on. He's working. Casey Pratt. So he is our new A's insider. He's got all the scoop on the Athletics.
Probably listening to you right now, as you said.
Thank you. Yeah. So if I said, Casey, wave to all your fans, what are you doing?
He's working hard. He's probably would acknowledge that. Like Corey Wade, and you made a good point. He's done very well out of the bullpen. Not really overpowering with 4 quality pitches. Fastball, 2 and 4 seam. Actually throws a cutter, but he throws with control. And you can be overpowering and throw the ball down the middle and get hit. But if you hit the corners with very good control and mix your pitches, you can have a lot of success.
Well, if you look at the names that the Yankees have in their bullpen now, obviously some of them are not on the disabled list, but you can see where they could have a very good bullpen. Of course, right now they're dealing with Rivera out for the year and Dave Robertson, who's good. You should put those guys with Soriano and this young man and the left-hander Logan. Check swing a bit high. So 3-2 the count to Donaldson, who is 0 for 3. He's got a ground out, fly ball to left, and a strikeout. Ripped foul past Mike Gallego. Logan is, I think he's warming up, just getting started down there. He's had a couple of runners on in a couple of base runners in the first inning when they got a run. He had a couple of, they had the bases loaded in the second, so they had some opportunities early in the game, but not a lot of opportunities really since the third inning. Big overhand curve, drops right in there, strike 3 call.
The last thing Josh Donaldson thought he would get, 3-2 down 5, was a hook.
Is that right?
Right over the top. Look at the grip by Wade and Exmo, and there she drops right down in the strike zone. And Josh Donaldson said, "Come on, man. Throw me a heater. Come on, let me at least swing the bat." But he froze him, and that's confidence that Stewart has in calling it, and of course his pitcher to throw it, and it was perfect.
So 2 outs for Kurt Suzuki, who has walked a couple of times, and he had a base hit taken away from him by Robinson Cano. Kurt out in front. So, cool overcast day at Coliseum. Even some of the blankets are out. Lots of jackets. End of May, we're looking for some warmer weather.
It's Memorial Day weekend.
Like April.
At the Indy 500 tomorrow.
Good swing there by Kurt Suzuki. Fouls it back. So 2-2 the count. Royals have come back to tie the Orioles. It's 3-3 in the 7th inning. Wildwood in Chicago. 8-7 White Sox over the Indians in the 7th inning. The White Sox are starting to play well. Woo! Strike 3 call on the outside corner. Suzuki disagrees with Brian O'Nora. A couple of strikeouts for Corey Wade in the bottom of the 8th.
on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers, and by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, you can try the new Chipotle Chicken Club. Make it a combo with fries and a drink.
We've reached the 9th inning from the O.co Coliseum with the Yankees trying to make it 2 in a row over the Athletics. Continue their dominance of the A's in the last 4 or 5 years.
Number 13,
frustrating for the Athletics.
Rodriguez.
They can't seem to get past the Yankees. Last 5 years, including this year, the A's are 7-28 against New York. And that's not good.
A little bit of a losing streak they're trying to deal with at Coliseum as well.
7 straight. Nice play by Rosales as he hung in there on the foul ball off the bat of Alex Rodriguez.
Adam Rosales will not disappoint anybody regardless of where he plays, and he did that Thursday in Texas. Flew all night, played third base in the afternoon game. The A's defeated the Rangers, and he's back there this afternoon. There's Matt Harrison, the lefty facing the Athletics, so he played first base. So Adam Rosales back with a big club and showing that energy that we've always seen.
Here's Robinson Cano. Cano is 2 for 4 with a homer and a double. He was 1 for 5 last night with the home run, scored a couple of runs. Shoots this one to left, and that's a base hit. Cowgill quickly over to cut it off to keep Cano to a single, so he has his 3rd hit.
Fans, when you're away from the Bay Area and can't watch the A's on Comcast Sportsnet California, you can take them with you with MLB.TV. From out of market, every game is available online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit OaklandAthletics.com to order MLB.TV. Baseball everywhere.
First pitch to Teixeira is high. Teixeira's had a big afternoon. He's 3 for 4, 2 singles, a homer, and 3 RBIs. Yankees had 12 hits last night. They have 13 hits today. (3-0). Godfrey misses 86 miles an hour on the fastball. That one in there for a strike.
Well, at least he's staying away from the left-hander.
So be careful on 3-1 with Teixeira. And it's taken, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. 85 miles an hour.
You know, you think about left-handed hitters that play in New York. They have that stance that they're thinking pull, and Teixeira has the open stance, and he is strong, especially inside, as he proved today.
Breaking ball. He fouls off Kurt Suzuki. So
And Cano was on the move, so Suzuki came out from behind the plate, ready to throw, and the foul ball got him. Teixeira just nicked it and off the catcher's mitt and the left shoulder of Kurt Suzuki.
probably felt good on that sore left hand as well. This one's hit to left center, and it's hit well. Crisp going back, still going back, and that is gone. Teixeira has homered again. He's got 5 RBIs, and the Yankees lead 9-2. Have a day, Mark Teixeira.
Well, you noted the velocity, and that's the difference. And Graham Godfrey is pitching with the normal velocity that we have seen. This probably doesn't happen. It's at about 86 and up. Teixeira, one thing about him throughout his career, that ball's, it's ball 4. He's not up there to walk. But we have seen him, regardless of where he has played in the American League, Texas, Angels, New York, he doesn't want to walk. And that's a pitch that is looking fastball, utilizing the whole field, and goes opposite field with a home run. Tremendous power, and you really have to enjoy his aggressiveness, which he has shown throughout his big league career.
Banez fouls it straight back.
I've said it before, but there's no doubt Mark Teixeira gives one man credit for his success at the beginning. That's Buck Showalter, who managed him in Texas. He struggled, left him in the game. Kept playing it.
Pennington has that one, and he throws out Raul Abanez for the second half.
Hit his first home run against the Athletics at Arlington, Texas. Of course, he's hit a few since then, but remember, he was third base. They eventually moved him to first, but Buck Showalter stuck with him, and I think he knew what was coming.
Nick Swisher.
Cody Epley starts to throw. Swisher is 2 for 4 in the game, and breaking ball in first strike. Double and a single for Swisher. He scored a run. That was in the 8th inning. Good rip at that. He saw that breaking ball pretty well. So 1-2 to Swisher. The Yankees have hit 6 home runs now in this series. 3 in each game. So 2-2 the count to Swisher. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with something off speed. Damage done by the Yankees. Teixeira, another home run, a 2-run shot. 9-2 Yankees lead as we head to the bottom of the 9th. It is the bottom of the 9th inning from the O.co Coliseum with the Yankees leading 9-2 when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Cody Epley comes in. It's Memorial Day, huh?
That's it.
What are we doing on Memorial
Big
Day?
weekend. Gonna be working.
That's right. In Minnesota.
It's like Cody Up was working this afternoon, and he comes in for the 9th inning. But yeah, to be on the flight tomorrow to Minneapolis, and it'll be a nice time, and at least a nice game in downtown Minneapolis at Target Field.
Well, we like going there now with the new ballpark. It's terrific.
Off the mound in the 9th inning for the Athletics.
So the right-hander Epley comes in.
Number 2.
Dwayne Wise comes in the game in left field for Raul Ibanez. So new left fielder and a new pitcher. Going to be Cliff Pennington leading things off for the A's. Pennington, Rosales, and Cowgill, the bottom 3 in the order. 5 RBIs with a couple of home runs for Teixeira. Also had a 2-run single. So he's been the hitting star for the Yankees this afternoon. First pitch to Pennington drops low. 0 for 3 for Pennington with a couple of strikeouts. Epley was claimed off waivers by the Yankees at the beginning of the season from the Texas Rangers. He's been up and down a couple times already this season between AAA and the big league club. Slider inside. Speaking of the Rangers, still playing 5-5, 11th inning. A's post-game live is coming up after the ball game. We're going to let those guys break this one down.
It's a good idea. That's why you're the best.
So 1 out here in the 9th inning. That gets us to our Chevron pitching matchup for tomorrow's series finale and the homestand finale. Kuroda, who has struggled some in his season with the Yankees. Tommy Malone, on the other hand, he's going for his 7th win of the year.
Well, the Yankees will get to see the left-hander who, as Joe Girardi said, knows he has a good changeup. And Joe Girardi knows. First thing he said, and he'll throw back to back to back. I said, you're a catcher, aren't you? Yeah, he knows that. A good changeup. He's not afraid from a catcher standpoint to call it consistently. So the A's, unless they have a miraculous comeback today, will try to salvage one tomorrow behind the rookie left-hander Malone.
Well, there is not a 7-game winner in the American League.
That's right.
Derek Lowe from the Indians was going after his 7th win today, but that did not happen. White Sox have scored 12 runs against the Indians. David Price tonight will pitch in Boston. Price is 6-3, so he has a chance to become the first 7-game winner in the American League. Two and 1 to Adam Rosales, and that one Anthony is first strike. Rosales is 0 for 3, a fly ball to right, a ground out to short, and then he hit a line drive to Granderson in center field.
Well, then missing.
Cowgill, who has 3 hits, waits in the on-deck circle. Rosales fights off a tough pitch from Epley. Another payoff pitch, and that one runs in on the hands, and Rosales again fights it off.
This type of pitcher right-handers do not like to face. He kind of drop down, slings the ball, and in the case of Rosales, he's experienced a couple of balls into his body because the ball sinking so much. And with the lead the Yankees have, 9-2, and this is what it looks like. And you're a right-hander, you're seeing it come from the shortstop, and look at the ball just bearing in, down, and Rosie made contact, but the foul ball off his foot.
So another 3-2. And that one is a bit low. So
did you see Brian Lenore? He started to call it, I think, when he saw Adam Rosales running to first. Okay, it's a ball.
I thought he was going to.
It looked so much. Watch the home plate umpire. Not a bad pitch. Brian Lenore. Look at that. He put his hands together, ready to ring him up, and he said, well, Adam Rosales thought it was a ball. I better let him go.
That was a pretty good pitch.
It was great. But
so here's Cowgill. Wow. Take it, Adam.
Rosales going out and sell something after this game because he just sold the umpire right there. But just see umpire put his hands together. He's like, ah. Oh,
yeah, I can't do it. Want to do it.
Those white machines stuck on the dugout. Look at the hands. He's ready to pump right there. And then, that's a great shot.
That one is a strike to Cowgill. Single in the second, in the fourth, and in the seventh for Cowgill.
Well, have a great day for Colin Cowgill.
Came in hitting 128. Now he's hitting 190. Cowgill looks like maybe has something in his eyes. Top of the order would be next. The Rangers are going to the 12th. Still tied with the Blue Jays, 5-5. And now 3-1. Over 27,000 at the Coliseum this afternoon. You can see how breezy it is. You watch Epley's pants blowing in the breeze. So it was snowing in Tahoe last night. How about that?
Bruce was talking about the
shots in a ground ball. Cano. He'll flip to Jeter, and they'll get the out there, and that's it. So that's the second out here in the ninth inning. So Cano to Jeter, and Weeks will try to keep it going. Weeks a couple of hits today. He's been on base 3 times. So maybe that's the start of a nice hot streak for Jamal Weeks. Boy, that would be good for the A's as a team. Cowgill will take second base. CC Sabathia goes the first 7. Corey Wade the 8th, and Epley here in the 9th. So Sabathia on the verge of his 6th win of the year. And his 8th win in his career against the Athletics.
Going to get to 500 against the A's if he wins today. It's 7-8 starting play.
Runs down and away. 23rd pitch of the inning for Epley. Good swing there. He fouled it straight back. So the count even at 2-2. A bit of a funky delivery.
Yeah, a little bit of movement. Oh, and then also caught his right cleat. So it was good on the knees. Slings like Justin Masterson.
Yeah,
the Indians. But it's natural movement, especially if you release and have the slinging action that he has.
Weeks rips one toward left center. Long run for Wise, and he's going to get there, and he makes the catch, and that's the ball game. So the Yankees flex their muscles again as they hit 3 more home runs today. They bang out 14 hits, and they win Game 2 of this series by a final score of 9-2. So the A's have lost 4 in a row. They are now 22-25 on the year. And the Yankees starting to heat up. They have won 4 in a row.
Good start by the A's. Just could not sustain it, and it shows you what happens if you're facing a pitcher and you do well, and all of a sudden he knows that and changes. That's what CC Sabathia did today, and he did very well.
So Teixeira with 5 RBIs, and the Yankees defeat the Athletics by a final score of 9-2. Thanks for watching Oakland A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group. Stay with us. A's Post Game Live with Henry Wolford, Greg Cadaret, and Kate Long starts right now.